Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Qaisar Hayat, lecturer, Department of English, Kohat University of Science and Technology, Kohat. Dear student, we are studying study skill, and today is the 30th lecture of our course. Today we are trying to know something about vocabulary. In today's class, we would try to find out some strategies, some ways, some methodologies to enhance our vocabularies. Vocabulary is one of the basic backbone of our English language studies. The more you know the new words, the more you would be a fluent speaker, a fluent reader. So everywhere vocabulary play a main role. In today's class, we would try to know some new meanings, some new ways, some new methodologies, that how can we enhance our vocabulary in a short duration of time. Student, making vocabulary is very important. So let's see in our today lecture that how can we enhance our vocabulary through some new methods and ways. The discussion agenda is, first of all, we would try to know what is vocabulary. Vocabulary is basically knowing the new words and making it the part of your memory so that later on it can be used in your conversation, in your daily day-to-day talk. Without vocabulary, people are always feeling themselves in trouble, in hot tub, because when you are stuck somewhere, there are a lot of words and you know the least minimum, definitely it would be very problematic for you. So after defining the vocabulary, let's know some more important things, and these are type of vocabularies. How many types of vocabularies are there? There are many types of vocabulary, especially the ways through which we can enhance memories. Aspect of knowing new words, there are aspect of like expansion ways through which we can make vocabulary enhance. Importance of vocabulary, etc. So let's start. Let's have some strategies for vocabulary building. Today, what is vocabulary and what is strategies? As I defined that vocabulary is knowing new words, and new words are always there that can be adjusted in already established memories. So knowing new words are very important and necessary in a language. So how can we know new words? There are different strategies to be adopted. In today's class, we would try to know different strategies that are very necessary to be mastered, so that in a short duration of time, with the passage of time, when you are in your classes and you are developing your spoken abilities with the help of vocabulary, you must know that what are the strategies, what are the methodology, at least that through which you can enhance your already established vocabulary. Student, these are the ways, methods. Now started here. Now reading. Reading is basically an activity through which you can enhance your vocabulary. Repetition is another way. There is words in context, and the fourth one is vocabulary trees. After these are words walls and root words, some prefixes and some suffixes, synonym and antonyms, words formation charts, word list. Student, these are the important areas that if we adopt, we can enhance and expand our vocabulary. This is very important slides. So let me once again go on it. Reading. Reading is an activity through which we read the text. While reading, there are many words that are revised in our ways, or even there are many words that are first time read and we try to know the meanings, and this way if there is a long test, maybe that give us 10 to 15 new words, and this new vocabulary would be later on the part of our memory. Then there is repetitions. What is repetition? Repetition is when we are repeating the words again and again, so that imitation is there. When we imitate, actually with the help of imitation, new words come in our memory for the utilization. Word in context. There are larger context. One is immediate context, the other one is larger context. When we utilize the word in context, it can be also mastered. Like vocabulary trees, when you arrange the words in a tree, like the root words, like the main words, then you make the branches of the words. For example, the word is like play, so the branches would be played, the second and third form of the verb, and playground, another very important branch of the tree, so and so on. Word walls, when we make some words wall, when we arrange new words with it on daily basis, and we make it the part of our running vocabulary. Like root work, this root words are the main words. Like if there is a words like utilizing the helpless. In helpless, the actual root word is help, and so on. Prefixes and suffixes are also there that change the meaning of the word with the root words. Synonym and antonyms are also there. Synonym and antonyms are helping us to know more about the words. Nowadays there are electronics dictionaries. It can give us a lot of synonyms and antonyms for the words. Word formation charts are there, and some word list. Students, these are the strategies, and these 10 or more strategies we would try to utilize them. Like there are some more too, like visual dictionaries, words game, etc. So how would we take benefits of these? How would we utilize them, and how would we take a lot of help of them to enhance our vocabulary? I shall go through all these ways and methodologies one by one. I hope you would enjoy the class, because vocabulary is very interesting to me now. So student, this is expansion through reading. So how would you expand, how would you get your vocabulary enhanced through reading? What is reading? Reading is one of the best way of expanding vocabulary, students. How? Highlight familiar vocabulary in one color and the unfamiliar vocabulary with another color. This is a very interesting way that you actually color the words, you actually color the known words as well as the unknown words. What would happen of this? That whenever later on you are ready to mark it, you can check your dictionaries and you can write the meaning of it with it. And once or twice if you read them, it would happen that you would master these words. Then there is check unfamiliar words in dictionaries. Yes, this is a step I have already told you. Then memorize and practice the new words. Yes, student, if you mark the words with a color, then you check the words in the dictionary and you memorize and practice the new words. So what would happen? That slowly and gradually there will be a time that all the unknown words that were for the first time in your way, you would be quite in a position to learn them. So reading can expand your vocabulary, that can enhance, that can increase, that can spread, that can uphill your vocabulary. So expansion through reading is very important. So the next one is that expansion through repetition. Repetition is, students, a very important way. Whenever you are meeting with a person and his or her name is for the first time you are hearing, so for the first time you see that this is very difficult to pronounce the words. But when you pronounce it word once, twice, thrice, so then the name is easy for you. Same is the situation with the new word. For the first time, definitely that would be quite difficult for you. But with the passage of time, with the practice again and again, with the repetition, you would see that become easier for you, because practice actually make a man perfect. So after these introduction, let's see that how this repetition work. Repeat, 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 and just repeat. Student, just repeat the new words and own it. Just own it, buy it by repetition. Now repetition has a powerful impact on learning because you see that when you are in our Islamic and religious aspect, the students who are learning Quran by heart, like Hafiz, what they do actually they repeat the ayah of Quran Pak again, again, and again, and this way they. That's and another word is that there is a lot of barakat in Quran learning, but actually the repetition helps them a lot. The more time we are exposed to a word, the stronger our understanding become. Yes, once we are using and utilizing a word, when we are working on a word again, again, and again, it become easier for us, and it became the part of our vocabulary very soon. Another is that it takes a minimum 15 encounter. This is very important to note, students. You must have 15 encounter. Do you know what is encounter? Yes, when you are somewhere, when you are in front of a word. So if a word come in 15 times in your way, then don't be fearful from it. Don't be frightful from it. Then it would be your friend and it would come to your vocabulary soon. After the repetition, there is expansion through words in context. Student, there are two type of context. One is immediate context, the other is expanded, like vast context. So these two contexts are very important. What is context? For example, what I am doing right now. I am teaching right now. So everything I am doing would be in the teaching context. So my all these conversations, my all lecture, my all talk must be taken in a teaching context. If somewhere I give you example, if somewhere I have a loud shout, somewhere I have addressing you, like saying dear students, student, etc. So why? Because this is a context of teaching. So in teaching context, you can easily understand that sir is teaching us now. So the context is teach. And same is the way if you are like discussing a topic with with your friend. So discussion is the discourse. So this context gives you a lot of help. It help you to predict the words because context help you the words right and left to the words, pre to the words or after to the word, post to the words, that help you a lot. So let's see that how word in context help us actually. The very best way to learn and teach vocabulary is in context. Do not select individual words. Word in context must be taught. Student, I also believe that yes, if I gave you like 15 words on daily basis, that suppose if I say means external means the outsider, internal means the home people. So you would learn it for the time being, but when there is another overlap of knowledge, for example, you are studying right now English and after it there is chemistry or botany period, so there would be like more terms like chemistry, periodical tables, etc. So definitely the knowledge would be overlapped, so you would forget what we have studied in English period, English class. So this actually context is quite easy. Here the words easily become the part of your vocabulary. After it, there is teaching vocabulary in context is more effective and more easy. Here you are not concerned, you are not putting force on your brain to keep something remember. You just enjoy the information, you just utilize the information and learn new words and vocabularies. So after it, student, there is expansion through vocabulary trees. Yes, vocabulary trees are very important, like a graphic organizer, which can be useful in building vocabulary. A graphic organizer would give you a lot of ease, like if you make a tree, definitely you would make the stem, you would make the main part, and then you would make branches to it. So the main word would be the main part and the branches would be the other related words with it, and this way you would enhance your vocabulary. Like used for finding relationship and making connection between groups of vocabulary word is actually called the vocabulary trees. Now, made up of trunk, root, branches and leaves. So students, for example, there is a word like help. So the main word, root word is help. You can write the help in the place of stem. Main parts of the tree, and on stem there are a lot of branches, leaves. So you can make you can make the image. You can imagine the image even by making some branches. There can be a lot of branches, like if help, the other word would be helpless, the other would be helpful. So this can give you a lot of help. Some words have larger branches, larger tree portions, parts, but some words have less. It depends upon the inflectional quality of the word, that how much it is inflectional. Inflectional means that how it agrees with other words, how it can be attached with other words. Do it accept prefixes? Do it accept suffixes, etc., etc.? So student, the trunk, yes, the trunk, the main body, the trunk, great trunk of the tree is basically the main, the root, and on it there are a lot of branches with it. So there is the branches. As I told you, the branches are the inflectional word, like related word, that later on with a little change, they are actually totally based on the trunk. They are totally based on the main root words, but slowly and gradually they become changed, like play. Play is the main word, like playful, like second and third form of the verb play, played, played, and playground is another word. Okay, so they playing is another word, and so on. So this can be the branches of the main word, and the main word is play. So student, after it there is another area, that is expansion through words wall. Student, words wall are very important. Words wall is a systematically organized collection of keywords from a unit of studies, and words wall receive a prominent place in a classroom environment, because this words wall is actually the place where you can hang up a lot of words with it, and slowly and gradually the student would see it again. There is another example of where you are living, like in your living room, you can make a chart on the walls. That would become the parts of the wall, and you can write new words, one or two, three words on daily basis when you are sitting, upping, like going, walking, sitting. Every time you would see the words, and it would become the part of your vocabulary slowly and gradually. Next is that there are usually front and center, large and easy to see. So the front and like center, so that would be quite easy to learn and quite easy to see. After it, the words walls are great places to put high frequencies words throughout the year. Yet the words you are like getting day by day and in a greater frequency, mean in a greater occurrences, there would be a lot of words that you would master. To the expansion through root words. So what is root word? So root word is actually like root means the main words. There are the main word, everywhere they are. Somewhere they are in the made of sentences, somewhere they are even in a words. So if you are successful in recognizing the main words in a word or in a sentence, what would happen? Yes, you would be in a position to predict that, yes, I know the root word. No, the meaning of this word is like this, this, this. So root can help in understanding new words meaning. So before teaching the words to the student, like suppose the word is useful. Use is actually the main word. In helpless, help is the main word. So teach them about the words like use and help. So use and help are the main word. The other are the know, they know, and meaning of root word. They will be able to understand words like prefixes and suffixes. So student, expansion through prefixes and suffixes, as I said, that prefixes are in before, like before the word, suffixes are after the root words. That these are the words that change the total meaning of the word, like help in enriching their vocabulary. So the ir and in. So see the usage. Knows the meaning of the words irregulars. So the word is regular. If we add ir at the start as a prefix, it would happen irregular. The meaning would be changed. So correct is another word. So incorrect is the change. So the ir and art actually give the meaning of not, and so on. Similarly, suffix ness, ness would do like kind, kind, and ness, kindness. So expansion through synonym and antonym. This is another very good methodologies. Like synonym and antonyms are fun and lively way to learn new vocabulary and impact English language skills. So synonyms of intelligence are bright, smart, gifted, etc. And antonym of intelligence are stupid, dim, slow, dull, etc. So one way or another, you can use your digital dictionaries are very helpful in this regard, because this way you can learn a lot of words into it. So word list, make the word of similar words, list of similar words, like for example the word related to flying, you can collect them and you can learn them. Like part of body, you can collect them and list them and learn them. So provide student within a keywords and make words list of that words. Then there are like deserts, mountains, like oceans, rivers, bays, coasts, etc. So student expansion through words game. Definitely there are a lot of games established nowadays. You can enhance your vocabulary through the help of these games, and these are like hangman, like crosswords, mostly in newspaper on daily basis it comes. And then Scrabbles, yes, it is joining new words. So students, these are the methodologies, ways, strategies for learning new words. I hope that you would have learned a lot of strategies to learn new words. Thank you very much for being with me.